Okay, so till now we discuss about Parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, their qualification, their disqualification, presiding officer that we discuss, power and function of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Okay, those things we discuss. Now we will discuss about sessions of Parliament and what are its devices. So generally, what is Parliament? It is the highest legislature body in a country. Okay, that we discussed earlier also, and it consists three components. One is upper house or Rajya Sabha, lower house or Lok Sabha, and president. So please remember, president is also a part of Parliament. Why president is a part of Parliament? Because president will give assent to the bill. Until unless the bill got the assent of the president, that bill cannot become an act or a law. That is the reason why president is also a part of Parliament along with Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Then Parliament is having sessions also. We have two houses, right? So those two houses, they have a sessions. So it is not like the sessions will be continued for 24/7, a whole 365 days in a year. There is no such thing. Generally, Parliament is having three sessions. Indian Parliament, it is having three sessions. One is budget session. Budget session will start from February till May. Okay, that is a period of budget session. Then we have monsoon session. Generally, monsoon session will start by July until August and September. That is monsoon session. Then we have a winter session. Winter session is from November to December. So generally, Indian Parliament, they should have a three session, right? Budget session. Then next, what we have, this monsoon session and winter session. Three session will be there. The gap between these three session, the gap between one session to another session, another session to another session, that is called recess. 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 Okay, and the gap between the one session of the Parliament to the another session of the Parliament should not be more than 6 months. Should not be more than 6 months. So technically, the minimum session in a Parliament, okay, in a year it is 2, and the maximum session in a Parliament in a year is 3. You're understanding? Okay, so now summoning. Now what is summoning? Right, calling. In legality, we call the summon. Court is summon. That means calling. So summoning of the Parliament. So what is that, and who do that one? Whenever the one session is completed, the another session will come. Just before the starting of the another session, President will summon the member of both the houses of the Parliament. President will summon both the member of the houses of the Parliament, summoning, calling them. That session is going to start. Come. You are understanding? So that is the meaning of summoning. And who do the summoning? President will do the summoning. Right? And there shall not be a gap of more than 6 months between one session to the another session of the Parliament. And the gap between the one session to the another session of the Parliament, it is called recess. 3 sessions are there that we discuss. What are those 3 sessions? Budget session, monsoon session, and winter session. Okay, now adjournment. What is adjournment? Adjournment in die. Summoning, President calling them. Why? To start the session of the Parliament of both the houses, Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. Right. So in Lok Sabha, who preside that session? Speaker. In Rajya Sabha, who preside that session? Chairman of Rajya Sabha. Right. Summoning done by the President and presiding by the presiding officer of the respective houses. Speaker in case of Lok Sabha, Chairman in case of Rajya Sabha. Right. Agreed everyone? Then next, what is adjournment? So the session of both the houses of the Parliament, right, it is consist of many meetings. Many meetings. Okay, so generally the session will start. What is the timing of the session? Morning 11 a.m. till evening 6 we have. Oh, okay, 6 we have. You are understanding? So morning session is from 11 to 11 noon to 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., then 1 to 2 lunch break, then 2 to 6. So that is the timing of the session of the both the houses of the parliament, right? So these sittings are there, meetings, right? What is that? 11 to 1 and 2 to 6. These are the sessions or sitting of the house of a parliament, either in Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. So this sitting of the parliament can be terminated. This sitting of parliament can be terminated, right? Now who will terminate? Presiding officer. Presiding officer will terminate. Whenever the sitting of the parliament or the sitting of the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha is terminated by the respective presiding officer, so that termination is called adjournment. What it is called? Adjournment. Please remember, adjournment is nothing but the temporary termination of the or temporary suspension of the sitting of the session of the both the houses of the parliament. And who will issue this adjournment? Adjournment will issued by presiding officer of the respective houses. Speaker in case of Lok Sabha, chairman in case of Rajya Sabha, right? So that is about the adjournment. Then here if you observe, adjournment is there, right? So here, okay, an adjournment is a suspension of the temporary suspension of the sitting of the houses of the parliament. Okay, so in adjournment it is clearly mentioned that when that session can be started, next day or after 3 days or at 3 p.m. the presiding officer can issue the adjournment and says that the house is urgent till tomorrow 3 p.m. That means, okay, in adjournment only it is clearly mentioned when they are going to return back to start the meeting or session. So in adjournment it is mentioned. In adjournment, please remember, it is mentioned. Okay. Then adjournment sin die is also there. Adjournment sin die prorogation. So that will also we will discuss. What is adjournment sin die? Okay. Sin die. So here adjournment, you know, what is that? Temporary suspension of the sitting of the both the house of a particular house of a parliament, right? Either it can be issued in Lok Sabha or either it can be issued in Rajya Sabha. If it is issued in Lok Sabha, it is applicable to Lok Sabha only, not applicable to Rajya Sabha. If it is issued in Rajya Sabha, it is applicable to Rajya Sabha, not Lok Sabha. Adjournment. In adjournment also clearly mentioned about the date, time or day of the reassemble. But in adjournment sin die, it is never mentioned. It is never mentioned. Simply the presiding officer will issue the adjournment sin die for an indefinite period of time. Indefinite period of time. So this is the difference between the adjournment and adjournment sin die. In adjournment, the termination of the session for a particular period of time. But in adjournment sin die, the termination of the session for a indefinite period of time. Okay. So whenever the house is urgent, without naming a day for reassembly, that is nothing but the adjournment sin die. So both the adjournment as well as the adjournment sin die, it is in the hands of whom? It is in the hands of presiding officer. Just now we discussed now. So it is in the hands of presiding officer. It is the presiding officer who called the sitting of the house. Who called the sitting of the house before the date or time to which it has been adjournment. Urgent. Okay. Simple language. In simple term. Now take an example. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha at 3 p.m. there says that the house is urgent for till tomorrow 3 p.m. That is the reassembly date or time, right? But before 3 p.m. also he can call for reassembly. Before 3 p.m. also he can call for reassembly. Who? Presiding officer. Presiding officer is having that power. Got it? So this is about the sessions of the parliament. Okay, devices. Summoning is there, calling. Who will do summoning? President will do. Then next what we have? Next we have a adjournment. Who will issue the adjournment? Presiding officer. Temporary suspension, and the date and time also mentioned in the adjournment only for reassembly. And regarding adjournments in die, the house will be adjourned for an indefinite period of time without mentioning of date or day of reassembly, that is adjournments in die. Who will issue? Presiding officer. But it is the power of the presiding officer. Before the adjournment date also it can call for the sitting of the houses of the parliament, respective presiding officer. Understood? So this is about the adjournments in die. Okay, summoning. The next, prorogation. Now what is prorogation? Summoning, calling. Adjournment means temporary suspension. Adjournments in die means terminating for indefinite period of time. Now what is prorogation? Okay, so whenever the presiding officer declare the adjournments in die. Adjournments in die can be declared when the session of the house is completed. Winter session, we have monsoon session or budget session. If the session is completed, at that time what will happen? The presiding officer will declare the adjournments in die. Whenever the business of the session is completed, business discussion in that particular session, if it is completed, then at that time they will, presiding officer will declare the adjournments in die. Within the next few days, the president will issue the notification for prorogation. Prorogation means permanent suspension of that particular session of that parliament. For example, now 2026 budget session is going on, right, from February to May. Right, in the month of May, presiding officer will declare the adjournments in die. Okay, after few days of the declaration, president will issue the notification for the prorogation. Prorogation means permanent suspension of the session. Work is over, they will suspend the session. No, session is not required. No, budget session, whatever the business has to be done in the session, it is completed. Right, how, on what basis? Because presiding officer has declared the adjournments in die. So prorogation will be issued by whom? Prorogation will be issued by the president. Okay, and president can issue the prorogation even when the house is in session also. If the session is going on, right, during that time also president can issue the prorogation. If prorogation is there, means that is a permanent suspension or termination of that particular session. Okay, not the suspension of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, for that particular session that will be suspended. Understood? Okay, so that is about prorogation. Got it? Summoning president. Adjournment, presiding officer. Adjournments in die, presiding officer. Temporary suspension, both adjournment and adjournments in die. Prorogation, who will issue? President. It is a permanent suspension. Okay, now dissolution. Dissolution. So what is that? As we mentioned earlier also, Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house having a tenure of 6 years. After 2 years, 1/3 member will retire and 1/3 member will be elected. But in case of Lok Sabha is a permanent house. Do you think Lok Sabha is a permanent house? No. Lok Sabha is subjected to dissolution. Right. So Lok Sabha will be dissolved. Now, in which cases Lok Sabha will be dissolved? Any political party who failed to form the majority in Lok Sabha, or any coalition party also who fails to form the majority in Lok Sabha, at that time Prime Minister will give recommendation to the President to dissolve the Lok Sabha. So the Lok Sabha will be dissolved and fresh election will be conducted. Lok Sabha will be dissolved and fresh election conducted. Does it happen at any time? Yes, many times it is happened. From 1998 to 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee formed the government. Then 99, Lok Sabha dissolved. Then again in the year 1999, fresh election conducted and again BJP formed the government till 2004 because they got the majority. It will happen whenever, if there is a coalition government formed after 1 year or 2 years, if the coalition is broke and none of the party is able to form the majority, then at that time the Lok Sabha will be dissolved. Right. Now, if the Lok Sabha is dissolved, right, what happened to the bill? Who will dissolve the Lok Sabha? President. What is the condition, terms and condition we discuss. But if the Lok Sabha is dissolved, bill will be there, right? Bills are there, na? So what will happen to the bill? So here it is very, very important. Any bill pending in Lok Sabha, any bill pending in Lok Sabha, whether that bill is originated in Lok Sabha or transmitted to it by Rajya Sabha. That means Rajya Sabha passed that bill and sent to the Lok Sabha, and that bill is pending in Lok Sabha, or the Lok Sabha only originated that bill and still that bill is pending in Lok Sabha. Right? Any bill which is pending in Lok Sabha, that bill will be lapse. That bill will be lapse. Whether that bill is introduced in Lok Sabha or transferred by Rajya Sabha, that is immaterial. Okay. Then next, any bill passed by the Lok Sabha. Any bill passed by the Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha passed the bill, but that bill sent to the Rajya Sabha, and in Rajya Sabha that bill is pending. And in Rajya Sabha that bill is pending. That bill will be lapse. Remember, only two bills will be lapse. Which bill? A bill which is pending in Lok Sabha, either originated in Lok Sabha or transferred to the Lok Sabha by Rajya Sabha. Okay, first bill. Second, any bill which is passed by the Lok Sabha and transferred to the Rajya Sabha, and in Rajya Sabha that bill is pending. So that bill will be lapse. Only in these two scenarios the bill will be lapse when Lok Sabha is dissolved. And what are the cases or scenario where the bill will not lapse? Okay, what are that? A bill which is not passed by the two houses. Both the houses, that bill is not passed due to the disagreement. Due to what? Due to the disagreement. Okay, both the houses not passed the bill, and President has decided to summon the joint session of Parliament. President has decided to summon the joint session of Parliament. That bill won't be lapse. That bill won't be lapse. A bill which is pending in Rajya Sabha. A bill which is pending in Rajya Sabha, but that bill is not passed by Lok Sabha. In simple, the bill introduced in Rajya Sabha and pending in Rajya Sabha. Still Rajya Sabha not transferred that bill to Lok Sabha. So that bill won't be lapse. Simple logic, na? That bill is introduced by the Rajya Sabha and pending only in Rajya Sabha. It doesn't reach to Lok Sabha. So there is no question of lapsing of that bill. Then another bill, what is that? A bill which is passed by both the houses of the Parliament. A bill which is passed by both the houses of the Parliament, and that bill sent to the assent of the President. And that bill sent to the assent of the President. That bill also not lapse. And next, same, what is that? A bill which is passed by both the houses of the Parliament, sent to the assent of the President, and President returned that bill for reconsideration. President returned that bill for reconsideration. In President veto power we discuss, na? Absolute veto means President will reject the bill, bill become dead. Suspensive veto means President return the bill for reconsideration. So here, if the bill passed by both the houses of the Parliament, the bill will send to the assent of the Parliament and assent of the President, and President return that bill for reconsideration. That bill also not lapse. Your understanding, right? So this is about the dissolution of Lok Sabha. And regarding quorum we already discussed, right? So what is that quorum? Quorum is nothing but the minimum attendance is required in the respective both the houses of the Parliament to start the session of the respective houses of Parliament. That is nothing but it is a quorum. So what is the quorum? 1/10 of total number of member of that particular house. Right. If Lok Sabha means 55, if Rajya Sabha means 25, minimum member required to start the session. If quorum is not there, means that session will be terminated by whom? Presiding officer. Presiding officer will terminate that one. Okay, until unless quorum is there, the session will be terminated. Then what are the languages of the Parliament? What language MP can use in Parliament? Hindi and English. These are official. Either Hindi or English. With the permission of the presiding officer. With the permission of presiding officer, MP can speak their mother tongue language. Kannada people can speak Kannada, Telugu people can speak in Telugu, Bhojpuri people can speak in Bhojpuri, Gujarati people can speak in Gujarati, Marathi people can speak in Marathi, but only with the permission of the presiding officer, because those are, mother tongue is not the official language of parliament. The official language of parliament is Hindi and English. Understood? So that is there. The next, lame duck session. Now what is lame duck session of the parliament? Generally, whenever general elections will be there, right? So last session before the general election, that session is a lame duck session. That session is what? Lame duck session. For example, now next month we have elections. April month we have elections. This month they have conducted the session. Right? All MPs are there, right? They are discussing, they are voting and all those things. So for all those MP, that session is a lame duck session. Because they also don't know next session they will be there or not. Because they will be elected by the public or not, there is no guarantee. You are understanding? So it's like a last session for them of that particular Lok Sabha. So that session is nothing but what? Lame duck session. Understood? So this is about the parliament.